we have left others behind. We need to reimagine and redesign our educational system. With the collective effort of schools, sponsors, and TagPro's learning management system, and core of passionate teachers, we can deliver free education and champion the cause of our students. Together, we would be able to teach, inspire, and serve, because TagPros believes that education is a right all children deserve.
Repair? Come to Apple. We can help you find and schedule a repair at an Apple store or with an Apple authorized service provider. You'll find lots of convenient locations, even same-day appointments and walk-in repairs. When you come to an Apple store or Apple authorized service provider, you'll get genuine Apple parts and Apple trained technicians. And all the repairs are backed by Apple. We're here for you anytime you need a repair.
Visit checkcoverage.apple.com, then enter the serial number. For inquiries, email support at serviceupdate@powermaxcenter.com.
In addition to the new normal, we have left others behind. We need to reimagine and redesign our educational system. With the collective effort of schools, sponsors, and TAGPRO's learning management system, and core of passionate teachers, we can deliver free education and champion the cause of our students. Together, we would be able to teach, inspire, and serve, because TAGPRO's believes that education is a right all children deserve.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jim Toscano, co founder and chief program officer of TagPros Education, and welcome back to Teachers Can Create, upscaling teachers as content creators and instructional materials designers. This webinar workshop series is brought to you by TagPros Children in partnership with TagPros Education, an up and coming online K 12 education marketplace where passion takes the lead in learning. And of course, with Power Mac Center Incorporated, the pioneer and innovative Apple premium reseller in the Philippines. Power Mac Center Incorporated is our big partner for this series from today until October. And we have some announcement. If you have been following us in our social media platforms, we've been announcing some amazing surprises, but we have one more announcement where we can celebrate and hopefully put our teachers in the pedestal to celebrate all the teachers in the Philippines right now. This event is also made possible by the Department of Education International Cooperation's Office under the leadership of Dr. Margarita Consolacion Ballesteros, Teacher Education Network of the Philippines, managed by Mr. Gino Luwayon, and the next series, our support from Computer Education Department from Xavier School. For those who weren't with us last week, we were joined by Mr. Jerome Jaime, and he taught us all about how to create educational materials for distance learning. For today, we will be joined by Joseph Kevin Regla as he discusses how to create effective instructional videos. So if you've noticed all the things that we will be talking about this month of September and even on the first half of October is something about upskilling teachers. We believe that teachers are the best content creators, and if we upskill or upgrade the skills of every teacher right now, we know that teachers could create better instructional materials, not just for online learning, not just for distance learning, but also when we go back, hopefully to face learning. All right. Before we start, we just want to do some short attendance check. So let me just go through our comments right now. It's always it's always fun noting where our where not students, where our teachers are coming from. So a lot of teachers coming from Northern Luzon. We have Joseph Hermitanio from Isabela. I hope our friends, teachers, and kababayan up north are doing well. Southern Luzon and some part of Visayas have just gone through the challenge of Typhoon Jelena. Now we have Typhoon Kiko affecting the northern part of the Philippines. So we are praying for everyone's safety right now, and we also note and pray that it's not just safety from the pandemic, but of course safety from harm by the typhoons also. So we are very happy to welcome everyone. We Someone says it's a rainy afternoon. Yes, it's a rainy afternoon even in my place right now, but we're going live right now because we have prepared a lot of things for you. And of course, you can still watch this on your at your own time when you have your own self-paced learning. I will explain later on and give a few reminders about your self-paced learning for our Tag Pros webinar. All right. So thank you so much. We have someone from Lanao del Sur, from Barm region. We have Pangasinan, Davao del Sur. Thank you so much. Our fellow Ilocanos, nimbag nga malemyo amin, from me to you. For your fellow Ilocano also from Ilocos Sur, Abra, Lanao. Thank you so much. We have friends from Mindanao, Taguig City. Do we have from Visayas, Iloilo? Yes, we have Iloilo here. We have from Cebu. Thank you so much. Also, we usually have international participants. So good afternoon from the Philippines, wherever you are right now in the world. Thank you so much for joining us. We know, based on our data, we have participants coming from India, coming from the United States of America. So thank you so much for being with us today. All right. So I think housekeeping first. before we go to our session this afternoon, a few reminders. Number one, please practice responsible digital citizenship and refrain from sharing personal information in the comment section. So, for this series, we will not have GCash prizes, so you will not be sending us your GCash numbers, but instead we will have a few things, a few information that we will ask from you later on. But again, regardless of the information that we ask in the evaluation form, please make sure that you keep them private. We promise to keep them private also, and please don't post them online for everyone to see. All right. Another reminder, registering for the webinar. Here's the thing. So we will have a lot of prizes, but I just want to show this banner right now, and I just want to make a personal appeal. That's me. That's this appeal is coming from me to you. We've been here for 3 months, more than 3 months already, right? And you know the team that I have a team of young people here. They're interns, they're future teachers also. And you know, one thing that disheartens them is the fact that we have teachers who are not acting out of courtesy, out of professionalism. Just to be honest, we have received a lot of, a number of messages, complaints about certificates. Again, if you really watch, if you really watch our webinar session, we always remind you of the 1 week rule, which means that 1 week to watch and 1 week to answer the evaluation form. After that, we apologize. We are very sorry. We will not be able to give you a digital certificate. We have what we call as the 1 week rule. We understand and your context and everything, but we are just reminding everyone. So for those who are really watching us and watching our videos, you know that after 1 week of watching the video, you're not eligible anymore to get a digital certificate. So 1 week rule, 1 week to watch the evaluation form, to watch the live webinar, the recorded one, and watch and answer the evaluation form. Also, digital certificates are sent 1 week after you answer the evaluation form. That's our rule. If you get it immediately after answering, you are part of the lucky participants who have answered it fast or quickly, right? Our standing rule is we will receive the certificate 1 week after the evaluation form. So please, our interns are future teachers, and the messages that they're receiving from teachers also are not, to be honest, are not inspiring them. So we've been here. It's been 3 months. I want to thank someone commented. Fern Hovilenia says, I've been following Empower Ed and Tag Pro since day one. Thank you so much. And you know our rules. So that means that if you really watch our videos, you know from the beginning and even at the end, we always remind you this. So please do inspire our interns who are future teachers also, that they will be inspired by you teachers right now. All right. So thank you so much. Again, if you're really watching us, you know the 1 week rule. Can you give us a shout out in the comment if you understand? All right. Someone says yes, they understood it. Thank you so much. There. So another reminder, another important information or announcement that we want to make. This is our last batch of GCash raffle winners, because we will have different sets of prizes, especially because we have we have Power Max Center as our amazing partner, generous partner for this series. So may we just announce again the winners, the 5 lucky participant winners for September 4 webinar workshop during Mr. Jerome Jaime's talk. So let me just announce it. Congratulations to our batch 13. This is our batch 13 of GCash winners already. Can we do full screen there? The names are, congratulations to Neil F. Macayabas Jr., Nellen G. Paniza, Ronaldin M. Espinola, J.V. Guillermo, Jose S. Luna, Jr. So one more time, congratulations to our lucky participants last week whose names were drawn. Um, whose names were drawn from our database. Those who answered our evaluation form after or within the set week. Neil F. Macayabas Jr., Nellen G. Paniza, Ronaldin M. Espinola, J. V. Guillermo, Jose S. Luna Jr. Congratulations. We'll send an email to verify and your details and of course instructions on how to receive the GCash prize. Also, thank you so much for those who have answered our email. We still have around 10 winners for last month that who have not replied to our emails yet. We will not be able we're not able to give you your GCash prizes if you don't email us back. So please make sure that you check your own email, reply to us because we need to verify some information. So again, thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much for those who are participated in our GCash raffle winners. And yeah, so let me just go straight to our new set of prizes this afternoon. Of course, uh, uh, courtesy of our partner from Power Max Center. So, how do you join the raffles this afternoon? All you need to do is complete the evaluation form on www.tagpros.org. Again, for those who are always answering or commenting, where's the link? If you're really listening, it's always in tagpros.org. Please do not answer them right now because interestingly, we have teachers answering the evaluation form, even if the we're just starting. Come on, teachers. We need to act professionally, okay? So, evaluation form on www.tagpros.org and then follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Tagpros Official. Also, give love to our partner, Power Max Center. Follow them on all of their social media accounts. So you can just search for Power Max Center. All raffle winners will for this series will be announced on the succeeding date. So there are dates that we will be specifying, and we will be announcing them live. All right. So let's talk about our the important announcement or prizes that we have. So if you have seen our recent posts on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, Power Max Center Incorporated has partnered with us and generously they're giving away various amazing prizes for this month. For the rest of the webinar workshop series, every participant, listen, for our prize number one, please listen, exclusive all participants who will attend the webinars and answer the evaluation form will receive exclusive discounts on Power Max Center products. We will be sending those discounts once we have your email or if you have answered the evaluation form. So exclusive discounts on Power Max Center products for all webinar attendees. That's prize number one. So let's go to prize number two. Raffle time. So for prize number two, every webinar session, we will be raffling 500 e-vouchers on that can be used on Power Max Center's online store for 12 lucky participants who answer the evaluation form for each webinar. So if you're wondering, even if you don't have a Power Max Center branch or store in your own region or province right now, don't worry because Power Max Center has a very it's an amazing online store where you could buy not just Apple products also, but accessories that essential accessories that you can use for your phones or for your computer, such as battery pack, battery juice, chargers, cables, or whatever. All right. So prize number two, for every webinar, we will raffle off 12 sets of 500 vouchers for 12 or 500 vouchers for 12 lucky participants. These vouchers are valid until December 31, 2021. So ngayon, punta na kayo, powermaxcenter.com. Tingnan nyo na kung ano yung mga products na gusto nyong bilhin. May voucher kayo if you win. All right, prize number three. Let's go to prize number three. All right, for prize number three, 20% worth of discount voucher on chargeable services at any PowerMac service center nationwide. So for those Apple users here and you want to have your products service, we will give you, or PowerMac Center will be giving you 20% worth of discount voucher if you are part of the 20 lucky participants that will be drawn each webinar. This discount is valid until December 31, 2021. All right. So prize number 4, Mega Raffle, 500 pesos worth of training voucher on any paid training at PBSI. PBSI is the training center of PowerMac. So the people at PBSI are experts in teaching about technology, whether it's video creation, podcasting, what else, coding. If you want to make your own app for your students or for yourself or for your little business or for big businesses, PBSI is the center for you. So if you are part of the 100 lucky participants that we will be drawing from our webinar series, each of you will be given 500 worth of training voucher. So for example, you have a training voucher, you want a training session on app development, it's worth 1,000 pesos or 1,500 or 2,000. At least you have 500 pesos worth of discount or training voucher that you can be deducted. That's a big money already, right? So marami na kayong matitibid by that price alone. So that's valid until December 31, 2021 also. And of course, prize number 5. For prize number 5, I think this is the one that people have been commenting most when we posted it last night. So our grand prize is an iPad raffle. So 1 unit iPad 8 Gen 32 GB Wi-Fi. So how to enter? Join us on all our 4 Saturdays to get 4 entries on our iPad raffle draw by answering all our evaluation forms in each session. So the winning participant will be announced on October 9, 2021 webinar. All right. So we have 4 dates to look out for in terms of webinar. So today's September 11, September 18, plus 7. 18 plus 7, September 25, and then October 2. So we have 4 webinar sessions. So we will gather together on October 9 for a live panel because we will be later on I will be announcing a very exciting competition for our teachers where we will be selecting amazing stories from teachers from different parts of the country. So on October 9, there's a special event at Tag Pros together with Power Mac and PBSI. That is also the time when we announce our iPad raffle. All right. So thank you so much for being with us. And we thank Power Mac Center for these amazing prizes. And of course, we look forward to your participation. So please, eyes on the prize if you want, and then make sure that you follow us. So this is, in fact, our way of celebrating the Teachers Month, which has started September 5 and will end on October 5. Power Mac Center and Tag Pros join the whole world in celebrating our teachers, our heroes of learning, and heroes as frontliners. To enter all of your raffle draw this month, all you need to do is complete the evaluation form on tagpros.org at the end of each session and follow us on Twitter and Instagram, tagprosofficial. Follow also Power Mac Center, and all raffle winners will be announced next week, or not next week, depending on the raffle on the prizes. We will have specific dates when we will be announcing them. All right. So thank you so much. That's all. Please stay tuned until the end of the session or the webinar session, because we will be announcing a joint photography contest titled Heroes of Learning. Please stay tuned as we will be announcing how you would be able to join us in that competition. Okay, so I think we're now ready to begin our session. Let's move on to our session today. Our speaker is an Apple professional learning provider and training manager at Power Mac Center Business Systems Incorporated, or PBSI. And he'll be talking about how we can make instructional videos more engaging, and of course, videos that have human touch in them, or human presence. Let's welcome Mr. Joseph Kelvin Regla.
Hello everyone. Good day. My name is Joseph and I'm an Apple professional learning provider and the training manager of PMC Business Systems Inc. First of all, thank you for inviting us in this webinar. And for my session today, we'll be discussing creating effective instructional videos. So let's start. First, let's discuss our objectives. So number one, is to understand the importance of instructional videos as an effective and powerful tool in teaching and learning. Number two, we're going to discuss the 4 T's of creating the instructional videos. So those are the types. So what types of instructional videos that we can use in our teaching and learning as well. We will also discuss a few tips and tricks in creating your video contents. And of course, one of the most important is the tools that we can use in creating our instructional videos. And lastly, we are here, of course, to have fun and learn. Okay? So, moving on, let's discuss a few definitions. Number one, what is an instruction? Okay, so I'll give you 10 seconds to type in your answer in the chat box. What is an instruction? Okay, so for the meaning of instruction, it's a detailed information telling how something should be done, operated, or assembled. So usually we find this in some of our of the product boxes, diba? So instructions in how to cook something, instruction in how to assemble something. Okay. Number two, what is a video? So I'll give you another 10 seconds to type in your answer in the chat box. What is a video? Okay, so a video is the recording, reproducing, or broadcasting of moving visual images. So that's the definition of a video. And lastly, we will combine the two. What is an instructional video? So another 10 seconds to type in the chat box. What is an instructional video? Okay, so an instructional video is a recorded content that provides detailed information on how to meet a specific challenge. So when you combine instruction and a video, it is a video that could show you how something should be done, operated, or assembled. Okay, so that's it for the now. Let's move to the next slide and let me ask you the biggest question. In our session today. Why? So this is always the question that we have to answer. Why should you use something in teaching or in learning? So why do we have to use instructional videos? Or what are the benefits? what are the reasons why use instructional videos in teaching and learning. So let me just first cite learning from our previous speaker from last week. So learning is a conversation. Learning is a conversation that leads to understanding. Okay, so if learning is a conversation, then that makes instructional videos as a means of communication between instructors and learners. Especially nowadays, we are still under the pandemic. So instructors and learners are far apart physically from each other. So instructional videos can greatly help in connecting, in communicating, in the communication between the instructors and the learners. Okay, so that is one of the biggest reason also why you should now use instructional videos, mostly for asynchronous learning. Okay, so I'll give you the benefits of instructional videos for students. So number one, it makes learning a more engaging experience. So learners, they actually see and hear the concept being taught, and the process they can process information easily when they're listening and watching something. Number two, it's a go-to resource. So videos are very accessible on different devices, provided you have the internet, wherein you can watch anytime, learn anytime. Next, for students, it increases knowledge retention. For example, myself, I'm a very visual learner. If I watch something, I tend to understand it more and remember it. Okay, so my knowledge retention is improved when I encounter an instructional video. Next is it improves proficiency in digital literacy and communication, which is very important in 21st century skills for students. So those are the benefits of an instructional video for the students. Okay. Now, what about the educators, us teachers? That the engagement, student engagement is boosted. So if the students are interested in the material, they will process and remember it. Hello everyone, good. So who watched this video? So do you remember this one? Okay, so I think some of you remembers this one. This one, how about this one? Okay, how about this one? And lastly,
Hi out there, it's me, Steve. Have you seen Blue, my puppy?
Okay, so do you remember these TV programs? These are TV programs that aired in the Philippines. So number one is Siniskwela. It's a TV program for science. And the second one is Math Tinik. It's a TV program for learning math. The third one, I didn't manage to show the title, but this one's Popular Mechanics for Kids. And then lastly, Blue's Clues. So for the younger ones. So these TV programs, they use instructional videos in teaching the subject areas that they cover. So Sineskwela for science, Mathenic for math, and Popular Mechanics for Kids is like a mix of topics. Blue's Clues for finding clues, getting instructions, and drawing. So Steve usually draws the clues. So for the younger learners. So what's common about these TV programs are is that they are using instructional videos in their as a way of teaching the viewers, the children who are watching. Okay, so in the Philippines we call it Batang 90s. So shout out sa mga Batang 90s dyan. Shout out to the 90s kids who watched these videos. I am one of them. So Batang 90s kids who watch these TV programs in learning. Okay, moving on. So moving back in the types of instructional videos, number one is the micro videos. So these are short instructional videos that focuses on teaching a single or a short topic. Okay, so that's micro videos. Number two, you have tutorial videos. This is the go-to instructional method for teaching a process or walking through the steps needed to complete a task. Okay, so mostly tutorial videos. You can find it in the social media. For example, YouTube, you can find the tutorial in how to make paper mache, how to make your own clay, okay, or how to make cardboard toys. Okay. Next, you have training videos. Usually, training videos are designed for the corporate world. I don't know if you agree, but most tutorial videos are designed to improve employees' workplace skills, and they are common. The common topics are interpersonal skills, job-related topics such as hardware, software training. For us in Power Mac Center, we have a training program for our newly hired talents. So we call it New Gen. So we give them training on Apple technology and Apple softwares. Okay, so the next type of instructional video is a screencast. So this is a video composed of mostly screen recordings, a screen recording of your computer, and usually they are intended for a smaller audience. It's much like a tutorial video as well. So you can do a screencast on a short topic or a longer topic if you needed to. Okay. And lastly, the last type of instructional video is a presentation and lecture capture. So for example, this session is recorded by Tag Pros. So the purpose of this instructional video is to capture a lecture or a presentation. So this is a recording of a long presentation or a long lecture to make it available for all the audiences to consume or review or rewatch after the event. Okay, so those are the types of instructional videos. Moving on, you have the formats and styles of instructional video. So you have I listed down 3 formats or 3 styles of instructional videos. Okay, so you have there number 1, animation. Number 2, you have live action. So usually animation, the advantage of animation is that you're able to express any abstract concept or out of this world ideas with visuals and metaphors, as long as it can be created or it can be drawn. For live action videos, this is the best format for explaining a complete or a complex action that the viewers need to see firsthand. For example, cooking. Or for example, usually, if you're familiar with the DIY videos, create your own chair, craft your own exhaust pipe. So those are the live action videos. That is a good format for those types of topics. And lastly, this is one of the types also. It's also a format which is a screencast format. So with screencast, this is the best format for showing how to use an app or a software. Usually, for example, you want to show how to use PowerPoint. You want to show how to use Photoshop. You can use the screencast format. Okay, so for a while. Okay, so going back, there. We are now here to discuss the tips and tricks. So after the types and the formats, here are the tips and tricks in creating your instructional videos. Okay, so we have 3 categories for this one. So number 1 is planning, creation, and distribution. Okay, so number 1 for the planning is that you already know your audience and your objectives. So we jump to number 2. We should choose now the format that works for us. For example, myself, I really love to draw. So I could use an animation format using doodles. Okay, or for example, I'm really fond of using or screen recording. So I can use a screencast. Or I have the equipment, I can do a live action. It depends on your chosen format. Or it also depends on your topic as well. Okay, next is set up your environment. That is, you should set up your environment in a way that it's quiet and it's free from distractions. It's free from unnecessary noise. So just like what I'm doing right now, I'm in the room, isolated room. I lock the doors. If you need to lock the doors so that no one will accidentally disrupt you in your recording or in your session by coming in unexpectedly. And lastly, target the video length. So I put there KISS. KISS means keep it short and simple. Okay, so you have to plan also the video length for your instructional videos because longer videos tend to lose audience. Okay, but Sir Joseph, my topic is quite long. So what do? You chunk it down into sections. So you record part 1, like for example, creating doodles, part 1, basic shapes. Creating doodles, part 2, creating characters. Creating doodles, part 3, coloring your doodle. So if your topic is quite long, that's my example is doodles because I created a session for kids in doodling. So what I did was I chunked down the topic by section or by steps. Okay, so those are for the planning tips. Next, creation. Number 1, turn off notifications for your whichever device that you are using. So it relates to the setting up of your environment. So if you set up an environment that is quiet, so your device should also be quiet. Your devices should also be quiet. So turn off all notifications so that it will not disrupt your recording. Next, of course, introduce yourself. So the point is that you make your student feel that they have a real human instructor and not just a robot discussing the topic, delivering the outline, delivering the lecture. So introduce yourself in a normal way, use your normal voice, and to make your students feel that you are there, to keep the human element in your recording. Next, look directly in the camera. So I myself, I'm guilty of this one. Sometimes I tend to look at myself during the recording. I tend to look at my screen. If you might want to, you can just look at the top center of your computer. Or some people, they usually cover their screen so they don't get distracted. They only look at the camera. Okay? So look directly at the camera because, as I said earlier, instructional videos is a means of communication between instructor and learners. So you're talking to them. It's like that you're talking to them one-on-one. So you can look directly at the camera. Next, put yourself on screen, just like in Zoom or when you're doing a screencast. If it's possible, you put yourself on screen. You put your camera or you put your webcam embedded in the video. So going back, just like in Zoom, when you share your screen, everyone sees you as the speaker. So that adds a little bit more for the human element feeling. Because if you record yourself during the lectures and put it in the video, it feels as if you were there. Okay, so put yourself on screen. Next, record now, edit later. So that's probably that's one of my one of the most important tip or the most important trick that I can share to you. Record now, edit later. If you commit mistakes, you just simply add a visual or verbal cue. For example, like this, I'm recording. Maybe my visual cue is like this. And then my verbal cue, I say mistake. Okay, mistake. So if I'm editing, I will see the verbal and the visual cue that, oh, okay, this is a mistake. So I may want to cut this section while editing. Okay? Record now, edit later. If you commit mistakes, you record continuously. You don't start over because it would really eat up your time. Okay? So that's why in recording movies, they have the clapper. When the director says cut, and then when they resume, they use the clapper. So those are the visual and verbal cues. That part is needs to be cut, and it's a mistake. So record now, edit later. Next, Next, make them laugh, of course. So you can use visuals that are fun. You can even crack jokes at the same time. I didn't crack a joke today, but I did show you something that you're familiar with. The 90s kids TV programs, the Cine Escuela, Mathenic. So that brings fun. I'm not sure if you agree, but it's fun to watch those things that you are relatable or relatable things in your childhood. Okay, so make them laugh, make the session fun. Next, balance imagery and text. So you can have balance of shapes, icons. You make them balance. Don't bombard them with a lot of text in the recording. You might as well give them a printed copy. So you make it balanced. Another tip is to also add subtitles and captions if necessary. This is to cater with learners with challenges. For example, learners with hearing disability, if you can also add subtitles and captions, that would be a great way to also connect to them and have them learn while watching your video. Okay, but make sure it's balanced. Not too much text, more on icon, more on graphics, more on visuals that represent your topic. And again, if it's possible, you can also add subtitles and captions. Next, use the right tools, which we will be discussing later, and I'll be doing a quick demo for a few of them. Okay, so that's it for creation, tips and tricks. And lastly, for distribution, number one, choose a video host that fits. So it could be like this. It could be StreamYard, Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo. Okay, so it could be TikTok. I found some short learning videos in TikTok. Okay, so you can also use other social media accounts. So you can use Twitter for short videos. So, but choose the video host that fits. If it's it could also be an LMS or an internal an internal website for your institution. You put in all the videos there. So it could be public, it could be private. Okay. Next, ensure that the videos are device friendly. Okay. So make sure the format of the video is playable by different devices so that your students can view them in any type of device. For my recommendation, maybe you can upload it in YouTube. You can just have it unlisted or private so that only those who have the link can view the videos. Because YouTube is quite device friendly and standard in the format of a video. So your students can really watch almost any content that you upload. Okay. Next, make a good thumbnail. So I myself, I'm doing YouTube and I have a YouTube channel and of course PBSI. Later I'll show you before I do a quick demo. I'll show you PBSI's YouTube channel. It's called Everyone Studio. Make a good thumbnail. Okay, so a thumbnail that is related to your topic. It also adds to the visual visual engagement of the students. And lastly, add links and resources for all your topic. So after watching your video, they can also go to this website. They could also search for this book that you used as reference so that they can continue learning. Okay. So let me just stop my share for now. And I can show you Everyone Studio. Okay, here it is. So this is our learning channel. So Everyone Studio is PBSI's learning channel. So you have there our playlist. Okay, so that's it. That's one of our playlists. A minute to learn it. These are short instructional videos that you can view on your own free time. Okay, so that's for everyone studio. Okay. So going back to my presentation. Ayan. So going back, the next thing that we are going to discuss is the tools in making instructional videos. So with this one, there are a lot of tools that you can use. I will discuss tools that you can use if you're using a Mac, using a Windows, and lastly, I will show you a tool that can be used on both. Okay, so let's start. So if you're using a Mac, if you want to record your screen or do a screencast, you can use QuickTime Player. Okay, so you can record your screen. You can even record the screen of your iOS devices. So later I will be showing you. I have my iPad here that I can so I can show you how to share screen of your iOS device in using QuickTime. Okay. Next, you can use screen cursor. So screen cursor is a tool for your mouse pointer so that you can maintain the focus of the viewers in your mouse pointer. Okay. And lastly, you can use iMovie to edit your videos for if you're using a Mac. Okay. So now for a quick demo. Okay, let me just stop my share. Let me just share again my screen. So I'll share my screen here. Okay. So I can open QuickTime. Okay. I can click on File. Then I can do a new screen recording. Okay. And then you will see a camera. You can record the entire screen. Okay. Can you see my tools in the bottom? Okay. Or you can record a selection of the screen. Okay. So let me just cancel this one. The shortcut, the keyboard shortcut, you don't have to open QuickTime also. You can use the keyboard shortcut Shift Command 5. It will also open the screen recording. So I can also click the options here. Okay, so I'll create a short screen recording. It will count. Okay, it will do the countdown. So right now, whatever I'm doing on the screen is being recorded. So if I go to Safari again, and then go to YouTube, and then search for Everyone Studio, it will be recorded. So let me just close Safari and then stop recording. It will be here. So my screen recording is now saved. So it will be automatically saved on the desktop. Okay, so like this. So now I have my screen recording. That is using QuickTime. That is using QuickTime. Being recorded. So if I go to Safari again. Okay. Next is I downloaded this app. It's called the screen cursor. Okay. Okay, so screen cursor can be downloaded in the App Store. You can search for screen cursor. And I already downloaded it. So what's good about screen cursor is that if you launch it here, there, you will have your screen, your mouse. It has a halo that you can use to guide your viewers where your mouse pointer is. So if there's no halo, your viewers might look for the mouse on your screen. Or you can use on my top right, I have the mouse, click the Apple menu. But if I have the cursor halo, it's quite easy for them. Okay. Screen cursor also has a drawing feature. So the keyboard shortcut is here. It's Option B. So if I do the Option B, I will now have the drawing tools on the upper left. So I can draw, okay, on my screen. I can annotate. Okay. So again, it's Option B. For the shapes, I have to purchase the Pro version. But for me, having the pencil tool is already good enough. So I can draw on my screen. Okay. And lastly, let me just have my screen cursor here. So lastly is iMovie. So I will not demo the whole iMovie. I'll just show you how to import your videos and maybe add a few text. So with iMovie, I can edit my screen recordings. Okay, so let me just go here and create a new project. So all I have to do is just drag my recording here as a media. And then once it's done, I can use it as my resource. I can edit here. I can add text like this. So maybe you could add here and then put in screen recording using QuickTime. And if I play the video being recorded, so if I go to Safari again, okay, let me just fix the cropping. So here's my quick video. Recorded. So if I go to Safari again and then go to YouTube, okay. So those are the 3 apps that I recommend if you're using a Mac. So again, number 1, it's let me just reshare my my keynote presentation. Okay, here, there. So those are the 3 apps that you can use if you're using a Mac. You can use QuickTime Player to record the video of your screen. You can use the mouse cursor, and you can use iMovie for editing. You can use the mouse cursor for the focus and the drawing tool, and you can also use iMovie to edit your videos. Okay, so next is if you're using a Windows PC. So what you can do, what you can use is, number 1, it's the free screen recorder. You can download it in Microsoft.com, or you can use the Xbox Game Bar, which is built in Windows 10. This is to record your Xbox gaming screen. It can also record your Windows application windows. So it might not work in other application windows, but for some, it works fine. So I'll show you a short demo later, but it's just a short video demo. Okay. And lastly, for Windows, you can use, in editing your videos, you can use Filmora. it's much like iMovie. So those are your options. So you can use a screen recorder. You can download it from Microsoft.com. You can use Xbox Game Bar, which is built in Windows 10. And you can use Filmora in editing your videos. Okay. Next, so just a quick demo of the Xbox Game Bar. Here it is.
How to screen record on Windows 10. You can record a video of your desktop or laptop screen with the Xbox Game Bar utility in Windows 10. You can't capture some programs with this screen recorder tool, but it works with regular desktop apps. Follow these simple steps to screen record on Windows 10. On the desktop screen, type Xbox Game Bar in the search bar next to the Windows icon at the left bottom. Or press the Windows key plus G at the same time on your keyboard. This will open the Xbox Game Bar utility. Click on the record button to start screen capture. To stop recording, click on the stop button. If Xbox Game Bar has disappeared from the screen, then press the Windows key plus G again on your keyboard. You will find the recorded video in a subfolder called Captures under the Video folder.
Okay, so that's a quick overview. That's a quick view of Xbox Game Bar, where it's a built-in app in Windows 10 that you can use for screen recording. Okay. Next is screen recording for Mac and PC. So with this one, I prepared a video beforehand for a quick demo in the installation of this wonderful screen recording tool. So all you need to have is have Google Chrome installed in your computer. It may be a Mac or a PC, and you install the extension for Screencastify. So Screencastify is a free. Actually, there's a free version, a light version that you can use for screen recording 5-minute videos, and you can apply for a pro version. You can avail their pro version, wherein you can record unlimited time of videos. But it's okay if you only can record 5 minutes. You can do snippets. If your topic is quite long, record per part, 5 minutes per part. Okay. So the next slide for a quick demo of Screencastify. Here it is. Install Screencastify. There are 2 ways to install Screencastify in your Google Chrome browser. The first one is you can go to the Google Workspace Marketplace and then search for Screencastify Video Editor. And then select it from the options that will show Screencastify and then install. The other way is you can simply go to screencastify.com and install the extension from their website. So I'll just click add to Chrome. And then here, I can install it to my Google Chrome browser. Add extension. And then it will start downloading. There. So for now, I will not turn the sync on. And we already have Screencastify installed. So to see the extensions or the Chrome apps that you installed in your Google Chrome, you can click the extension icon here and you can pin it down so that the icon of your Screencastify extension will appear. next to the address bar and the extensions icon. Now you're ready to use Screencastify. So to use Screencastify, you can click Screencastify icon. And of course, you will need to sign in with your Google account. Okay, because the screen recording in Screencastify is automatically saved in your Google Drive. So it will need to ask permission to access your Google Drive. So I'll sign in with my Google here. And then agree with the policy of terms and conditions of Screencastify. I can also allow them to send me occasional emails about the new features, but I will uncheck this for now. So next. And you will be asked if you're a student, a teacher, an administrator. So for now, I'll be using teacher for higher ed. And then click on finish. So with this one, it will also ask you to enable your mic and webcam. I will enable it now. And then click allow to continue. So it will ask permission to access your microphone and your webcam. So I'll click allow. And then I will also enable the tools. This is for the annotation, the mouse cursor, and the webcam as well into my recordings. So I'll enable the tools and then allow the permission. And now I'm all set to start recording with Screencastify. And that's the next part of this video. Okay, so that is a quick demo on how to install in Screencastify. I pre-recorded it earlier and I included it in my slides. The next demo is how to use Screencastify. So I will, in this video, I will show you the basic tools and your options in recording Screencastify. Okay, so here's the video. So after installation of Screencastify, we are now ready to use it. So to use Screencastify, let's click on the Screencastify icon in our Google Chrome browser. And you will have three options. You can record your browser tab, your entire desktop, and your webcam. So for now, I'll be recording the whole desktop. And take note that I only have 5 minutes of video recording because I'm using the Screencastify Lite version. But if I upgrade, I can have unlimited recording and editing. Also, if I click show more options, I can adjust the countdown and I can show the drawing tools. Okay. Take note also that the drawing tools are available only inside a Chrome tab or a Chrome browser. So meaning if I'm using another app, for example, I'm using Pages to demo something. For example, I'm using Pages to demo how to add shapes. I cannot use the drawing tools from Screencastify. But that's okay. Because if you record your screen, what's good about recording your screen with Screencastify is that you can also embed your webcam so that your students can see you. They can feel that, they will feel that they're talking to a real human instructor Okay, so let's start recording. Let me just quit my Pages document. That's just a sample. But if you're not going to use the tools and you want to create an instructional video of other applications, you can still use Screencastify without the drawing tools, okay? So let's start using Screencastify. So I'll start recording. I'll show the drawing tools as well. So I'll just click record and make sure my camera, my webcam is embedded. So there. And I'll share my entire screen. Share. There. So after the countdown, we will be recording our Screencastify video. So for example, I'm a science teacher. I will discuss about the anatomy of an insect. So for example, insect anatomy. Okay, I'll go to images. For example, this insect anatomy, the simple one. Okay, there. So you may notice, ayan, my drawing tools are inside the Web Chrome browser. Okay, the Chrome browser tab. Okay, so for example, I'm going to discuss this a diagram of an insect or a wasp. So I can adjust the mouse. So I can just highlight the clicks. You see? I can also focus the mouse pointer. So it will be like a spotlight. So for example, I have here the antennae, the compound eyes, the thorax. I can also use the classic, which is there's no special effects. I can also use the fireworks. So whenever I click, it has fireworks. Okay. I can also use the drawing pen to annotate. So I can annotate using a different color. So here's the abdomen of the wasp. I choose another color for the wings. And I can clear my screen after my annotation. I can also use shapes, rectangle, to annotate my image. I can also add stickers if I want, just for fun. Okay, during my screen recording. So that is a quick overview of the tools that are available in Screencastify. And lastly, you have the eraser, of course, to erase the elements that you added. Okay, or I'll just simply clear the screen. I can also stop my webcam and restart my webcam. And speaking of the webcam, I can also adjust the size of the webcam. Okay, so that is the basics of Screencastify. This one can be used on a Google Chrome browser, and but you can also use it to record the screen of your computer. But for the drawing tools, it's only available when you are using a Chrome browser or a Chrome browser tab. Okay. Now to stop the recording, you just click the record button here and your recording can be stopped using the stop button. So if I click on stop, your recording will be automatically saved to your Google Drive. So as you can see, my video recording is already playing on the screen. Okay. And then here's what you can do. You can click on share. You can publish directly to YouTube so that you can upload your learning videos in your YouTube channel. You can get the embed code. You can also send it via email. But for me, I will download. Okay, so I can download it as an MP4 file. So I'll just export. as an MP4 file. And then after exporting, I can now download my screen recording or my Screencastify recording as an MP4 file. Okay, so I have my download done. Let me just minimize this Google Chrome window. So here's my Screencastify recording. So after the countdown, we will be recording our Screencastify video. So for example, I'm a science teacher. It will be visual effects tape. Okay, so that is a quick overview of our Screencastify desktop recording. Okay, so I hope you like that video. Actually, that is my last slide in my demo. That is my demo in using Screencastify in recording your screen as well as embedding your webcam on the screen so that your students can see you. So that's it for our session. Again, my name is Joseph. I've been your instructor for this session in creating effective instructional videos. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
All right. So thank you, Joseph, for that wonderful, very interesting, and from the comment of our participants, I think they were also kind of bit amazed, at the same time overwhelmed with the challenges, and of course, what is expected of them. So our dear participants, thank you so much. We know that the session is kind of technical. But that's part of it because one of the things that we want to happen here as teachers have to learn how to work with in terms of creating instructional videos. I think what Joseph has presented are, I love the tips and tricks, especially because
Thank you,
we
Sir
are
Jim.
working on different platforms. So thank you, Joseph, for showing examples for Mac and for Windows. A lot of our teachers are using different gadgets right now. And yeah, based on the comments, they love it. So, dear teachers, do you have questions or not just on technical, but even on the idea of instructional videos? Joseph and I are here to give you some thoughts and try to answer. Right? So there's one. I was just watching TikTok a while ago, so while listening. So I know that some teachers are doing TikTok kind of videos, short and sweet. Kiss, keep it simple, short and short and sweet videos. So there. I think we have one question here, Joseph, and this is addressed to you. Um, this is from Tonette Paren. She sent this 251 a while ago. Since, sir, once you're already done with your slides, o nandun na yung ginamit mo, different app to make your lessons effective to my learners. But too much use of different apps, hindi po ba mag-log yung resolutions niya mabigat? So I think this is a concern. Like, for example, when you're recording videos, or maybe when you're exporting the final product, what can we do to avoid lagging recording, or maybe heavy, because when we speak of video, it's kind of heavy. It's a heavy instructional material. So what are your thoughts about making things not so heavy in terms of performance with the laptop?
Okay, thank you, Sir Jim, for that question. First of all, siguro, we can have a quick check of the system requirements needed for those apps and as well as the specifications of the unit. But siguro for my tip on, for example, your unit only caters to the minimum system requirements, you can do it one at a time. So um, you can do the screen recording uh, plus the PowerPoint. So if you need to add the cursor, you might want to check the specifications of the unit. But as per experience, I've also tried it in Windows laptop here at home. I tried the screen recorder that could be downloaded in Microsoft.com. It works fine with the multiple apps that you can use. So when recording, you have only two apps open. That could be your minimum or your maximum. But if you're recording your PowerPoint presentation, what you can do is that you can export it as maybe a video before editing it, or you can record it while presenting. You only have two apps open: the PowerPoint and the screen recording app. So I think it would not affect really the performance of your computer.
Yeah, I remember my first time to do recording. I love the tip a while ago of Joseph. I what I usually do, like right now, if I'm live streaming or doing some heavy jobs in the with the computer, I turn off other applications that I do not need, right? Because if you open a lot of applications and you don't need them, it will eat up the RAM or the memory of your computer. Editing videos is a very difficult task. Well, difficult task instructionally, pedagogically, but at the same time technically also. So it's kind of very challenging. A lot of comments here. Joseph, they love Screencastify. Screencastify. They have a question. Will that work in offline?
For Screencastify, it should be online because after recording, it automatically sends your or saves your recording in your Google Drive. Um, but what's good about Screencastify is that you can pair it um, with the Google Slide. So you only have one application open. So it will only use minimal um of your computer resources. I think Screencastify mm, Screencastify updated will be updating their app so that you can use it on offline, so that that file will be temporarily saved. So during recording, Screencastify doesn't connect to the internet. It only connects to the internet you if you are saving it. So it will be saved in your Google Drive. But if you're not connected to the internet, your videos will not be saved in your Google Drive until you go back online. So they will be saved temporarily, locally. So that's the update from Screencastify. So make sure you have the needed space in saving your video recording.
All right. Thank you so much. And I found a question here, which is very interesting because this is also one of the expertise that I have in terms of the pedagogical aspect. This is from Vian Miranda. Learners lose interest when the videos they're watching are lengthy. With this in mind, what do you think is the maximum length of our instructional videos? Okay, lucky for you, Vian. Um, we're good in this. You know, studies says the for a regular video, instructional video, the length should be 6 to 10 minutes. That's around for high school students. 6 to 10 minutes. Anything beyond that is basically difficult. Imagine TED Ed videos. If you're watching online TED Ed videos, those are actually the best examples. But for younger students, should be less than 5 minutes.
Yes.
Depending, like Joseph a while ago taught us about instructional videos. It really depends on the purpose of the video. If the purpose of the video is like to tell a story, like a movie, I don't think kids will lose interest if the movie is interesting. So give them 1 hour of video, they will watch that. However, if it's instruction, which is like what Joseph has mentioned, KISS, keep it short and simple and direct. and direct to the point. Studies show for high school 6 to 10, for younger students below 5. I think it's 3 to 5 minutes. Those are the studies results of the studies. There's another one here. This is from um, Manolita Ramas Oligo. So if we can look for that question, the question is it question? Let's try to look for it. There, how can we minimize cognitive overload? So for our audience, cognitive overload means too much information, too much info. So when you're watching instructional videos or even inside the classroom, PowerPoint presentations, I hope hindi kayo yung mga teachers. You're not the teachers who copy and paste from PowerPoint and put everything
Yes,
in
yes.
it and repeats it. There are rules. There are rules. It's called multimedia cognitive load theory. Joseph, what are your thoughts about, before I explain, what are your thoughts about cognitive overload? How can we minimize it?
Yes, this is a good question because this is one of the important things you should consider, the cognitive overload. When you're using an instructional video, that's why I said in one of the tips is that you should have a balance with graphics and text. Mostly, you should minimize the text. And if you can explain something using an animation, that would be better, and minimal text. Because if you bombard them with a lot of text, they will start to overload. With the Imagine watching a graphics explaining something, and then what you call this, reading the text at the same time. So I don't know if you agree. Some people, if you watch a movie, some people prefer to have subtitles. Some people prefer to have no subtitles, because it's you're watching the movie and then reading at the same time. So same in instructional videos. You should have a balance in graphics and text, and make sure if you're explaining something using a graphics or animation, that would be the perfect time to lower down or to minimize the number of text being shown in the screen.
Yeah, and if I may add to Joseph, psychology of learning. So I've been reading a lot about psychology of learning, education. It reminds us that if we want our students to really get the attention of the students, we combine audio and visual elements. That's why AVP means audio visual presentation. Audio, because you make use of your sense of hearing. Visual, because you make use of your vision. AVP, audio visual. Just think of the ads, yung those ads that you cannot forget because they're so catchy. So they follow multimedia cognitive theory. They make use of striking images and simple texts, right? I think our concern right now is that a lot of teachers put everything in their PowerPoint presentation. Even even in videos right now, it's as if we want to make the students read. No, what should be included in videos, like what Joseph has said, is the good elements, such as the picture, and the picture speaks for the topic, or the picture is connected to the topic. Don't put pictures there that are not related just because you think it's funny. It will disrupt the students from their lessons. Too much graphics, too many movements. I remember when I was in the church, uh, I was in the church. I was distracted because the PowerPoint presentation in the church, the texts are jumping. So instead of me praying, I was
You're,
distracted.
you're watching the animation instead.
Yes. 'Di ba, simbang gabi, lahat ng it's a happy atmosphere. Even the text of the PowerPoint in the church are jumping, and there are and there are explosions, and there are firecrackers. Please don't do that. Hindi mahirap magdasal pag gano'n. Same idea in learning. The more jumping letters that you have, the more chances that your students will be distracted. They will forget your lesson, but they will remember your letters jumping. So I think Joseph mentioned a while ago about the importance of simplicity.
Yes.
Joseph, Is it better to add a lot of graphics and show that you're very good, or is it better to keep it simple with better graphics? What are your thoughts, Joseph?
You keep it simple with better graphics. You use graphics that can, as you said earlier, Sir Jim. I really agree with that. You can use graphics that really explains the topic. So therefore, there's no need to add more text. So simple is more. So it can
Yeah.
deliver. It could also help with the retention of the topic. So I agree with you also that your student will remember the animation, not the lesson. So
Yeah.
simple is better. But
Yeah.
for there might be some topics or there might be some subjects that needs more animation. Um, if needed, you can add more animation if it is really important in explaining the topic. But if you could explain it using a simple graphic, a simple animation, maybe a simple doodle, it would do. Mas ma-remember siya ng students.
Yes. I just want to show this. This is fun. Ronald Taliedo Alagaw. He's my classmate he's my classmate when we were in grade school. So kababata ko siya, and he's also a teacher now. He's a good friend. I mean, relate Sir Jim sa Simbang Gabi. Yeah, because in our place, that's a classic example. Hindi po kami nakapagdasal dahil tumatalon yung mga yung mga letters and animation. I just want to show this also. We mentioned about closed caption. Subtitles are called closed caption. When we add subtitles, some people say kasi they bash those people who like subtitles. They say, ano ba yan, pang barangay, baryotic, subtitle, hindi marunong mag-English. No. You know what? Closed captions are actually part of inclusivity, right? For those who have our deaf students, right? So we use closed caption for to help them know what's happening in the video. Joseph, what are your thoughts about closed caption? Are there apps that can be used for closed captions?
Actually, sir, yes, I totally agree with this statement that it's important to add closed captions because let me just share one of our trainings. It's called accessibility with one of our partner schools. We're in we discussed we had a session with hearing impaired and the visually impaired. We showcased the accessibility feature of the Mac wherein you can add screen captions. It really helps people with hearing impairment that they really know how what is happening on the screen. And yes, you if I think I said it earlier with my presentation that if you can add subtitles and captions, it would be better so that you can cater to other learners so which have challenges in hearing or yeah, the hearing disability. And let me share something. Even YouTube it has closed captions, so it really is helpful for everyone. So you can have you can add subtitles and closed captions if needed. And I really recommend it so that you can add more value to your training in for a wide variety of audience.
Yeah. Roland, our friend Roland Banyes, Roland is a good friend of mine. He's a very good in graphics. He's from Adobe. Closed captions by default should be embedded and not baked in. It's an option, which is yeah, this is very correct, especially because we want to cater to a lot of more people. We give them option also. I just want to pick this up also from Lamberto Pilatan Jr. With PowerPoint presentation, avoid making so much animation, especially if your purpose is
Yes,
instruction. Yes,
instruction. Yes.
because kawawa naman po yung mga students, yung PowerPoint mo. If your PowerPoint presentation is not done well, your PowerPoint has no power, wala pa siyang point. So, kawawa naman po students. So, a PowerPoint presentation, if the design, the graphics are not meant for the students, you lose your power, you lose your point. So, walang
Yes.
power, walang point ang PowerPoint mo. All right. So there's another question here. I think this speaks of
Sige po.
KPI. from Loya, Roland, what are the KPIs that we need to consider to confirm that the learners learning strategies we implement in our instructional are effective? Um, when we speak of instructional videos, there are some strategies or some consideration in terms of effectivity. Number one, instructional videos are simply meant to help students gather or acquire information and skill. Joseph mentioned a while ago the kinds of instructional videos like training, right? The most important consideration is align your instructional video to your learning objectives. So for example, if your objective is to teach them how to jump 3 times, your video should just show how to jump 3 times, not how to swim, or not about your life, or not about flowers, right? And of course, a lot of teachers, Joseph, I don't know if you are aware of Edpuzzle, combining videos and formative assessment. You're aware
Yes,
of
yes.
that. Can you share to us why it's important that that instructional videos are not only, we don't only ask the students to watch, but at the same time it's good to have, like, formative assessment like Ed Puzzle. Joseph, can you talk about us about Ed Puzzle?
With Ed Puzzle, I only tried it a few times. Like you can watch a video and then you can assess the learning. Let me share la siguro yung experience ko with that. I usually after the instructional video, you can assess the learning through a short quiz afterwards. Maybe a link on the on after the video. With Ed Puzzle, I don't know if it's updated na, but the last time I tried, it's very helpful in assessing the learning because after watching the video, you can have a short quiz or add a few elements to test that the students what have the students have learned. And thank you for bringing up Head Puzzle. I'm going to use it again for one of our sessions also.
All right. So plugging in, Joseph will come. Joseph will be joining us again at the end of September, September 28th, I think, or the last September. He will be teaching us about the use of Edpuzzle and everything. So don't worry about it. Just stick with us all Saturday of September and October. Joseph will be coming back again. We have another question here from Manolita Ramas. Is a good quality microphone needed to make instructional video? What happens if we record the video over screen recording using the laptop's built-in microphone? What are your thoughts about the use of microphones? Is it that expensive podcasting, video streaming kind of microphone, or the simple laptop microphone is okay?
Um, for my session earlier, I only used the built-in microphone of my computer. So, but if you could have if you could have a microphone with you, that would really help in canceling the noise, the ambient noise. I find some in Shopee. So I was canvassing for microphones in Shopee. Some of them are quite affordable, and some of them they have pop filters as well. So that would really enhance your voice recording. Um, but for if you have your laptop microphone, you can use it. Um, and siguro you can order or you can purchase a microphone if needed. But I think for now, if you have limited resources, your laptop microphone, your built-in microphone would be enough for your screen recording or your video recording.
Yes, and someone says much better if has noise cancellation. May I share what I'm using right now? So you can't hear the rain. It's actually raining in my place. Noise cancellation software that I'm using, it's actually Crisp. KRISP. As in crisp, crispy, K. Chris, I'm using it right now. I'm gonna give you my link so that I can refer you. So I use Crisp. That's the one that I'm using right now. Even in Zoom meetings, even in what else? What other things do make use? Google Meet, Teams, all of this. I'm using Crisp right now, and there's not everything is free. when you use this, but there are trial versions or there are limited time. So if you need a noise cancellation software, I also use it for podcasting because I do podcast. So I use that, and I don't have any special microphone. So I don't know. Really depends. You have to test it. Joseph mentioned a while ago testing the specifications of your laptop. Um, yes, crisp. But here's the thing: a lot of apps right now are totally internet dependent. So when you want to record something like Screencastify or make use of Crisp, set a plan. Like for example, you want to do it on a Saturday morning, dedicate your load, tell your housemate do not connect, change the password of your internet connection so that so that no one connects, so that no one connects with you. That's okay. Those are the practical tips. When I'm doing a lot of recording and everything, I tell my sister not to connect. Use your own internet. Do not connect with me. All right. So that's how you do it. I mean, you just have to sacrifice a little bit. Our friend Roland also says use condenser microphone. 50% of your presentation is audio, so this is important. So if you have budget, if you have access to that, then you can make use of that.
Yes.
Other thing, Roland also shares that Adobe Premiere has AI that will do transcription for you to save time. So there are a lot of softwares out there. You just need to
Thank you, Sir
explore.
Roland.
And Roland is an Adobe expert, so he's a good friend. One last question before we end this, because we have a special announcement later
Yes.
on. From RJ, one of our loyal viewers. When making micro videos, is it necessary that the topic content is not very long in explanation? So micro videos. Any final thoughts? Because we talked about this a while ago already. But are there any final tips that you want to share, Joseph, about keeping instructional videos simple and short?
Yes. I see it. I saw din in the comment na nagustuhan nila yung kiss. Keep it simple and short. So when making micro videos, just to answer the question na if it's necessary that the topic content is not very long, it depends. If your topic is quite short, you may want to use micro videos. Sir, but I want yung editing skills ko kasi for like for short videos lang din, hindi pa ako gano'n kagaling. I can or I prefer micro videos using my topic. Yes, you can still use naman micro videos even if your topic is long. You can have it in snippets. Like for example, in steps. I stated an example. The one that I created, the module in our KD trainings, it's for doodling. I created small or short videos per step that they needed. So from basic shapes, and then after that, drawing an object from that basic shapes. After that, um, breaking down an object into basic shapes. So you can use micro videos for long topics as long as you chunk down the topics per step or per progress. But of course, if your topic is quite long, you might want to consider a tutorial video na or a screencast if it's an app based learn if you're teaching an app on how to use an app, you can use the longer formats naman. And then lastly, um if you remember, I showed earlier the Everyone Studio, our PBSI's YouTube channel. Meron kaming Minute to Learn It. Those are micro videos of learning, but the whole topic is quite long. Our topic is about iOS and Mac OS. But we made micro videos for that long topic, and then chunks of features of the wow features that we want the viewers to learn about the Mac and about the iOS.
All right. So thank you so much for the sharing, RJ. Some of our participants are saying Phil Martin and Adobe Premiere user here. Um, We just need to invest for these things for our profession. Having different instructional videos and tools in teaching will help us be better in our job, and for sure our students will get more engaged. It just need passion to discover things to make learning fun and memorable. Thank you, Joan Galang
Thank you po.
Velarde. So thank you so much
Siguro,
for
Sir Jim,
wonderful.
for
Go.
starters, they could try out the Screencastify for
Yes,
starters. Mhm.
Screencastify. So that's one of the things that you can
Yeah.
actually show.
It's
All right,
it's like
or
it's like
easy.
a one big package of for creating instructional videos. If you remember in my demo, after recording in Screencastify, it will be uploaded in your it will be saved in your Google Drive, and it will also show a preview of your recording. And if you remember, in my demo, there's an editor. So Screencastify also has its own editor. So it's a one package, one overall package for creating videos. So may editor siya that you can add text, you can add transitions as well. For starters, you
All
can try Screencastify.
All right. So a lot of learnings from here. If you want to reach out, to Joseph, please you can look for him on his social media and message him. He can talk more about, but more importantly, he'll be coming back 2 Saturdays from now. So he'll be our speaker and he'll be sharing more about tips on integrating integrating technology to create instructional materials. Some of you are asking, do you want to know more or learn more about Screencastify, and you want to go back to the procedures or process that Joseph showed a while ago, do not worry, because our live stream is actually recorded, so it's online on Facebook. You can go back on it. It's also available on YouTube. So all our past live streams are available on our YouTube channel. So you can just scroll and go to the part where Joseph is talking about Screencastify. So thank you so much, Joseph. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure. It's been a pleasure to have you here on our stage, and we will have you again back on our virtual stage in the coming Saturdays. So thank you so much, and that ends our open forum. Stay safe, Joseph, and goodbye.
Thank you. Stay safe.
All right, so that's our session. Very informative, very challenging, very technology focused. But I think thank you for your question. Your questions actually have also allowed us or redirected our thoughts into integration of technology, instructional materials, at the same time making sure that the pedagogical approaches are still intact and the principles are still well considered essential as we create our instructional materials. All right. So there, I think we are now ready to go to our next part. Before I announce the next part, I just want to bring up a special video message from our dearest director, Margarita Consolacion Ballesteros. She sends her video message and her greetings to us. So let's all welcome Director Margarita Ballesteros of the Department of Education International Cooperations Office.
Dear friends out there, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us in this afternoon's webinar series with the Tag Pros. To the innovative teachers of the Philippines and beyond, thank you for joining us. As we celebrate the National Teachers Month, Tag Pros, our partner in elevating education in the Philippines, has once again organized a very timely and relevant webinar series titled Teachers Can Create, Upskilling Teachers as Content Creators and Education and Instructional Media Designers. This will run from September to October. And this workshop series aims to help teachers create better educational content and instructional materials, especially in the context of distance learning. Because of this pandemic outbreak, teachers have been finding new ways and exciting ways to keep students engaged while doing distance learning in the new educational landscape. One of the key challenges is how to create learning environments which engage the sensibilities of learners who are increasingly immersed in a digital world, what we now say the digital lifestyle. The synchronous, unrecorded, live communication of the conventional classroom is no longer enough. That is why it is now complemented by asynchronous, recorded, and on-demand video lectures. The learner's attitudes toward learning and technology evolved at a very fast pace, so teachers need to keep up, equip themselves, and find innovative ways to design and deliver their lessons in such a way that our learners are engaged in the process of learning. This 4-episode webinar series will surely provide you, dear teachers, and our dear educators and viewers, with new ideas and useful learnings. There are a lot of resources that we can utilize but are yet to be discovered and explored. Creating instructional videos, digital storytelling, teacher coding or teaching coding to your students, leveling up your expertise in EdTech, all of this will be covered with these invited resources speakers who are also experts in these areas. There is definitely a lot waiting for you. As we shape the minds of our 21st century learners who are future leaders, let us never stop improving ourselves as the molders and, of course, as teachers of the 21st century learners. Let us keep going. There is so much to learn and learn as we keep relearning while the pandemic is just around the corner. To everyone, happy learning and good afternoon.
All right. So thank you. Director Marge sent her video a while ago, but at the same time, you've also seen the video of the latest competition that we have. It's called Heroes of Learning. So let me talk about Heroes of Learning. This is a special photography contest or competition that Tag Pros, Power Mac, and PBSI have thought together and planned for all our teachers right now. So can we show our screen as I explain what Heroes of Learning is? All right. So may I ask everyone to can we play slideshow? Okay, so thank you for sticking with us. Let me just announce this. So aside from the webinars, the free webinars that we have planned for you, for our teachers right now, we also have raffle prizes that PowerMac has prepared for us. But at the same time, this is one of the things that we want to share to everyone. Tag Pros, PowerMac, and PBSI is bringing you Heroes of Learning. So what is Heroes of Learning? Heroes of Learning is a photography contest that celebrates teachers. So what we want you to do is to nominate an inspiring teacher in your community and get the chance to win amazing prizes. So what are the mechanics for our competition? All right. So the mechanics for competition is number one, Heroes of Learning. Can we make that bigger? Sorry, that's too small. It's really hard to read. All right. So let's make it bigger. Number one, mechanics of learning. Okay, so Heroes of Learning, or could we just, Heroes of Learning is a photography contest that will run from September 11 to October 5, 2021. So we have a month to do this. Teachers, students, and school leaders from any schools in the Philippines can nominate a teacher in the contest. The teachers who can be nominated are those who teach in formal and informal education settings, whether in an online or hybrid environment. To nominate a teacher, a high resolution photo depicting the teacher's inspirational story as a hero and frontliner of education in the pandemic must be posted on Facebook, preferably shot using high resolution smartphone. And then with the photo, number five, post should have a caption of at least 150 words answering the question: how did this teacher inspire students to continue studying at this time of the pandemic? Tag Power Mac Center and Tag Pros and use the hashtag PMC Tag Pro X Tag Pros, my teacher hero, frontliners education, and my heroes of learning. So don't worry if you're having a hard time reading the instruction, the mechanics. We will be posting this in our social media page. The nominator must inform. So when you post the photo and caption, before you do that, please make sure that you inform the person that you are nominating. We want to respect the privacy of every person. So the nominator must inform the nominee about the nomination and secure consent before posting the photo entry. All posts must be set to public so that the organizers us can view them. If it's in private posts, we will not be able to view them. So again, in short, number one, we are looking for the most inspiring teachers at this time of the pandemic who can nominate teachers, students, and other school leaders. Who can be nominated? Teachers from different different how do you call it, environment. Of course, number four, please make sure that you ask the consent and of the teacher that you're nominating, because you will be posting the teacher's photo, and together that with that photo is a caption with 150 words only, answering the question how this teacher inspires students to continue studying at this time of the pandemic. And then you have to tag Power Mac Center and us. All right. So this is a real competition. Some people are asking, can we nominate ourselves? Unfortunately, we want other teachers, we want students and school leaders to nominate you. All right. So let's look at the other steps. What are the other steps of the mechanics? Entries will be judged through the following criteria: 40% relevance of the teacher's story to the theme, 40% quality and creativity of the photo story entry, and then 20% originality and impact of the entry. All right. So top four entries will be chosen to win. One from NCR, one from Luzon, one from Visayas, and one from Mindanao. 10,000 pesos worth of prizes in form of cash and products. And the nominator of each winner, so nominators of each winner, will also win 2,500 worth of prizes in the form of products. When will be the winners? And when will the winners be announced? They will be announced on our special webinar panel discussion on October 9, 2021. Winners will also be featured on Power Mac Center and Tag Pro's social media pages starting October 9, 2021. So there are a lot of things to be considered here, but those are the basic mechanics for that. Can you nominate one, two, three, or more teachers? Yes. Nominate as many teachers as you can. Just make sure that they are inspiring and they are doing their work right now. If you want to nominate your parent who's a teacher, go. If you want to nominate your friend, go. What is happening right now is, or what we want to happen right now is, we want to celebrate the teachers that we have, the Filipino teachers who are inspiring and doing all their work at this time of the pandemic. Of course, just in time, September 13, Monday, is the opening of classes in the public school sector. So we wish everyone, well, good luck for the opening of classes. That's a time for you also to see which of your teachers have been inspiring you if you're a student, or if you're a teacher, who is your co-teacher who has been inspiring the student, or maybe if you're a school leader, who among your teachers are inspiring your students right now. All right. So I think we will post more information about this starting this afternoon. But we want to make sure that everyone gets to know or hear more about this. So please make sure that you share this competition that we have. We have 1 month, 1 month to work on this competition. All right. So there. Tell us what you thought about today's webinar workshop by answering our evaluation form. For those answering, for those who are looking for the evaluation form, it's on our website www.tagpros.org. All right. So www.tagpros.org. So please make sure, again, I'll be showing this again, just a reminder for everyone. We have what we call as the 1 week rule. 1 week to watch, 1 week to watch, 1 week to watch and answer the evaluation form. Digital certificates are sent 1 week after you answer the evaluation form. The evaluation form is at www.tagpros.org. All right, so please be reminded again of our 1 week rule. Before I close our session for today, there are a few questions. Number one, can private school teachers be nominated? Of course, you can nominate any teacher, private, public, K to 12, college, informal, formal education, ALS, TESDA, any form of education, online, hybrid, face to face. If we are having, if someone's having doing face to face right now, any teacher, any educator that has been very inspiring at this time of the pandemic. So one question a while ago, only this time of the pandemic, yes. So the moment the lockdown has started, what we want to celebrate are teachers doing their best effort, doing their making sacrifices to make sure that education continues. This is our own way. Tag Pros and Power Mac, this is our way of celebrating the teachers. Of course, in coordination with DepEd, ICO, 10PH, and the next series. So yeah, I think that's it. There is there is a tip here. I just want to show you can inform your past and present SSG officers so that you can do nominations for this. All right. So, are there any things that I have forgotten? Oh, invitation for next week. For next week, if we can show, please join us on Saturday because we will be having a special guest, someone from Power Mac, a parent, a former teacher, also a training officer, all in Power Mac, also in Power Mac Center, Business Systems Incorporated. So we're done with instructional videos. We will now go to digital storytelling. So we will be with Miss Maleng Raisag. She's an Apple professional learning provider. She's the head of the Power Mac Center Business Systems Incorporated, and she will be with us same time next week. And that we will be talking about digital storytelling as a great tool in teaching. So we hope to see you next meeting or next Saturday, not next meeting. All right. On September 25, Joseph will be coming again and joining us using Scratch and coding to gamify learning and teaching. And on October 2, first Saturday of October, we will have um do we have Grace Montiel. She's also part of the PBSI team. teacher certifications, what are your options? So if you wanna level up or elevate your work as a teacher, what are those certifications or trainings that are available that you can work on? So there, and then of course October 9, that's our special celebration of the National Teachers Month, which we will be announcing, or which will be having which will be the venue for us to raffle the iPad, and at the same time announce the four winners for our photography contest. All right, so I think I've said a lot already. Thank you so much, and we hope that you were able to learn from Joseph and from the discussion that we have. We hope to see you again. We hope to see you again next Saturday. Stay safe and good luck to God bless everyone.
As we transition to the new normal, we have left others behind. We need to reimagine and redesign our educational system. With the collective effort of schools, sponsors, and TagPro's learning management system, and core of passionate teachers, we can deliver free education and champion the cause of our students. Together, we would be able to teach, inspire, and serve, because TagPros believes that education is a right all children deserve.